Okay, this is the very last one. We are still under 7.3, but today we go into solve problems involving probabilities involving your combined events, all right, of combined events. Okay, right. So let's go through the first example. It's a continuation of last lesson. All right, so have a look here. A bag contains 2 white handkerchiefs, 2 brown handkerchiefs, and 1 red handkerchief. All right, Siti picks a handkerchief at random from the bag and notes its color. Without replacing the handkerchief, she picks another handkerchief at random from the bag. Okay, so find the probability that, all right, the first question here, I want the probability of both handkerchiefs picked are white. Second question, both handkerchiefs picked are white and brown. White or brown. And the last one is also the first handkerchief is white or the second handkerchief is brown. All right, so here is all about the combined word or. Okay, copy this down first. You have finished snapping the picture, read it. I want you to understand this. What is your experiment here? What is Siti experiment? What did she do with the handkerchief? Okay. Can I have Yongling? Hi, Yongling. Are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So what is the experiment here? What is Siti, what she has to do? What did she do? What did Siti do?
Pick a handkerchief.
Only pick one handkerchief?
Another.
She only take one handkerchief out from the bag, is it?
Random
Yes.
from the bag.
Okay. So meaning she only take out one handkerchief. Is it?
Yes.
Or she take out two? Okay. So Yongling says take out one. All right. This is the typical mistake here. Okay. Now look, let's go through carefully. Okay. Right. See, Siti picks a handkerchief at random from the bag. All right. And notes its color. Okay. Yongling is correct. She took one handkerchief. But then the second sentence, without replacing the handkerchief, she picks another handkerchief. All right. So it means she picks two handkerchiefs out. All right. But once she took out the first handkerchief, she did not put back in the bag. She take another one out. That's why this word here is very important, without replacing. Because sometimes we can say the statement, I put back the handkerchief, the first handkerchief, then I again take out the second handkerchief. So you have to read the statement carefully. Okay. So it's this one here, your experiment is you don't put back the handkerchief, right? So I highlight the experiment, what Siti has done. So take out your handkerchief at random. Random means you don't go look inside your bag, yeah. You just pull your hand and pick any color out. And then without replacing, she takes out another handkerchief at random. Okay. So like what we did the other lesson, before we calculate probability, all right, the first thing we always have to do is list down what? Okay, Nigel, can I see your name here? So before we calculate probability, what should we do first? We have to list down Nigel, I know you're going to type out in the chat, so I'm waiting. Okay. Wait, let me see. List down everything. So what does it mean everything here? Then give me the specific term. You don't call it list down everything. What's the proper term of that? List down what? Okay, maybe Alim, list down what? Niger is partially correct, but that's not the term I want.
Sample space.
Come again?
Sample space.
Sample space. Okay, so Niger, the proper word or term, it should be sample space. All right, so list down your sample space. Okay, now how do you list down sample space? This is the past few lessons I keep on stressing. All right, you've done it last year. All right, can I have now Alfred? How do you list down sample space? There's a proper way to do that.
The tree.
Okay, it is called the tree diagram, all right, or the table, all right. That's why I say do not visualize. Try not to visualize, okay? So the typical one, we use the tree diagram, all right? So let's look at our tree diagram here. So, okay, tree diagram, you need the 3 columns. So what's the first column here? What's the first column? Can I have Zizan? What's the first column based on this experiment we are doing? Zizan, are you here? Hello. So what's the first column for the tree diagram based on my experiment here? What?
Handkerchief.
You say
The color of handkerchief.
no need so long, all right? Because we are taking out the first handkerchief, so you just say first handkerchief.
White.
First handkerchief. So the second column should be?
Second handkerchief.
Yes, and then the third one should be your outcomes, okay? All right, so let's look. So before, remember, you have to, if you want to use your initials, please let us know what is your initial. So W1 and W2 are your white handkerchief, B1, B2 are your brown handkerchiefs, and we have one red handkerchief. So it's just R, only put R1, okay? So your tree diagram. All right. Okay, first pick or first handkerchief. So it's going to be either the first white one, white 2, brown 1, brown 2, or R. And then remember, I told you this one is for your own eyes only. The tree diagram is for your own eyes. So you no need to write very nice, all right? You just scribble it, okay? At least you can see what is your sample space, all right? So the second pick, all right? Remember, we are not replacing it. So if you took out the first handkerchief is white 1, your second pick, there's no more white 1, yeah? It should be either only white 2, brown 1, brown 2, or red. And then if the first pick is white 2 handkerchief, the second color white handkerchief, so your second pick, again, there's no white 2, but there's white 1, brown 2, and red. And so on. Okay? So therefore, for this experiment, all right, for Siti's experiment, she took out the the outcomes, the possible outcomes, all right, should be all the options here. And then you look, ooh la la, how many of it here? That's why I told you, if you visualize, you might tend to forget one of the outcome. So at least you have the tree diagram there. It will help you to really look closer. Okay? So once you get your tree diagram ready, write down your sample space nicely. All right, the big letter S, the curly bracket, and all the outcomes. Okay. If you're ready, I want to move on to the probability question. Let's solve this now. This is just the intro, yeah, writing your sample space. Ken? Must tell me, or no, I just move on to the next slide. So can I move on to the next slide? Can I move on? Can I? Anyone there?
Yes.
Ya, Alim. Okay. So write down nicely your sample space. So since we are calculating your probability, so we need to know what is your NS. So count quickly, how many outcomes do we have for this experiment? Can someone just say out the answer? Ini pun I have to pick a name. Aduh, susahnya. How many? What's the NS here?
20.
20.
Yep, it's 20. All right. Okay. So now let's go to the first question. It says, I want the probability both handkerchief picked are white. Okay. So it's very simple. Look at your sample space. Which one you have the first W1 and W2? The two whites. How many? I can see, you can see how many there? Look at your sample space only. Can you tell me which one we have the outcomes of both handkerchief white? Jin Jian? Where's your both handkerchief white, Jin Jian? Any idea?
W1 and W2.
Okay, only one. Look closer. Okay, this one now. No, no. Aha, this one?
W2, W1.
Yes, all right. It's not the same, yeah? This one, the first handkerchief is W1. And this one, the second one is W2. But this one, the first handkerchief is the W2. The second one is W1. It's not the same. All right, it's not the same. I repeat. Okay, yep, there's only two here. So list down. Okay, your outcomes is this. So how many? Because we are calculating, right? So we need to know your NA. So this is your intersection. All right, we got both blue, white. So NA intersect B is 2. So your probability is what? NA over NS. So it's 2 over 20. Simplify is 1 over 10. Okay? Very simple. Just look at the outcome, your sample space, because you already listed down there. Okay. Now, question B. Boleh ke I move on to B? Yantong, can I go to the second question now?
Yes.
All right. So B, the question is, both handkerchief picked are white or brown. The keyword here, oh, come up. All right, is all. Okay. Okay, all. So remember the last lesson. So if we have this combined, we list down the one with white first. Both handkerchiefs are white. It's like your first question just now. You see, I already highlight that. So we have W1, W2, and W2, W1. Okay. And then the second one, it says now both handkerchiefs are brown. All right. So look at your sample space. Where are both handkerchiefs are brown? Can I have... Puyen? Can you tell me which one is the outcome for both handkerchiefs are brown?
B1 and B2. B1,
Okay.
B2 and B2, B1.
Aha, yep, there are also two. Ta-da, B1, B2, B2, B1. Okay, now we are going to, or is what? Combine or same? Rena, for all, do we combine or we pick out only the same outcome?
Combine.
Yes, so you combine lah, these two outcomes here. Okay, so it will be the whole thing, W1, W2, W2, W1, B1, B2, and B2, B1. So since we are calculating probability, the number for both handkerchief are picked white or brown is 4. Okay, so it should be, this is your NA, all right? So 4 over 20. So simplify is 1 over 5. All right? You have your textbook. The textbook is a bit complicated, so I don't use the textbook. I just simplify this. It's the same thing, all right? Okay, last question for the first example. Okay, can I move on to the next question, the last one, C? Anyone? Yes, no? Yes or no? Okay. So question C. The first handkerchief is white or the second handkerchief is brown. All right, remember the combined word here is still or. So meaning you always have to list down the first event. Okay, list down the first handkerchief is white. All right, that's a lot. So Sean, I think you got know this one. Can I get wait? Kaiwan, huh? Okay,
W1, W2
that's one. Some more.
until W2 R.
Yes, okay, correct. The whole W, this first few outcomes until the last one, because I say I want the first handkerchief is white. All right. So don't be lazy. You need to list down. I told you this question, right? They purposely ask you to write down a lot of outcome, which gives you free marks, you know, writing only, okay? Okay, that's the first event. The second event, you pick the second handkerchief is brown. All right, can I have Alicia Ong? Are you here?
Yes.
Okay, now this one you have to look careful. So I want only the second handkerchief is brown. So can I have what do you see? What are your outcomes?
W1, B1,
Right, there's one here.
W1, B2,
This. Next.
W2, B1,
Right.
W2, B2,
Look closer carefully.
B2, B1,
B2, where are you? Okay, now you already go to B2, B1, all right?
RB1,
RB1, okay.
B1, B2,
Yeah, okay, now you're here back, all right? B1, B2, and one more.
RB2.
Yes, RB2, okay? So, let's look. This is what she stated. All right, all this. Okay, so now go to the question. It says or. So like the previous question, or means combine. You combine the whole thing. But remember, don't repeat the same outcome, yeah? Or not, it will be like redundant later on your NA. Okay. Right, so for your this one, you should have 12. Okay, you have more than 12, meaning you have repeated some of the outcomes when you combine this both, yeah? It should only be 12. Is there any question? All right, so let's calculate the probability. So it should be 12 over 20. So it should be 3 over 5. Okay, so I repeat, this one you need to write a lot of your outcomes. Okay, because your SPM question, they love to ask you to calculate probability, but before that, you need to list down the outcomes of the event, which is this one. So listing down this one will give you 1 mark, here 1 mark. This one, your probability, all right, the final answer is another mark. 12 over 20, there's no marks. We only give to the final answer, 3 over 5. Okay, so it's 2 marks, all right? Or one question only, there's some more sub questions. Okay, so we're going to move on to your second example. It's a bit different now, your second example. Can I move on? Jiao, can I move on to the second example?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Okay, this time it is in a table. All right, your data is given in a table. Same thing like what we've done. I think one of the example previously, there's also some in the table. Okay, so already highlighted for you what is the experiment here. A student is selected at random from the group. That's the main keyword here. It says from the group. All right, so you are going to determine that a student selected at random is a student who has the first question, a height below 160 centimeter or brown eyes. And next second question B, a height below 160 centimeter and brown eyes. Okay? All right. Can I move on to the next slide? Jeshwan?
Sure, wait.
Okay, I wait. Okay, so this one I want to highlight a little bit. Some of you will definitely take the wrong value. All right, please say yes, okay, so I can move on to the next slide. Anyone can say yes? So definitely for this question, you do not need to list down sample space. What sample space are we going to list down? Nothing, all right? Because these are all about numbers. I give you in the data of numbers now. All right, so for this, there's no sample space, all right? But you still can find your NS. Okay. So Joshua, can I move on?
Okay.
All right. So let's see how do we solve this. All right, so your sample space will be, you add all of them, all these are your students, all right? So your sample space will be 40. Okay, so now I want a height below 160. The keyword here is all brown eyes. Same thing like what we did just now, all right, or previously. When we have all, it means combined. So we find out first, how many students with the height below of 160 centimeters? Okay, you have to tell me how many students are there. Can I have, let's see who I'm not called. Okay, Sean can. Sean, can I know how many students, all right, they have the height below 160 centimeter? $24. Can you just share with us how do you get 24? Okay, so you plus 8 plus 16. All right, so let me highlight this. Okay, so we take 8 plus 16. All right, good. Okay, now so now it is what? All brown eyes. So all brown eyes. Can I have next person? Maybe can I have, who's next? Kwan Sin, are you here? Are you here, Kwan Sin? Okay, so can I know how many students with brown eyes? 16. Only 16? Look downwards. Brown eyes. We have 16 and 4. All right. So that's how you get 20, isn't it? 16 and 4. Okay. So this is what I want to highlight. So it's 16 and 4. So it's 16 and 4. All right. So remember I said, right, you don't list out double time. So you look at 16 is already, I have it in below 160 centimeter, the student's height. And also I have it in your brown eye student. Okay. So if I want to know, because since we are talking about all, we are going to combine this. So you don't go and add, don't go and write 8 plus 16 plus 16 plus 4. That's why I asked you, how do you get the number of students' height below 160 and also the brown eyes, all right? So I repeat, you do not write double time the 16. Or no, it will be more, it will be over than your NS 40. Okay, so how do you write it? You only write lah. Okay, 8 plus 16 plus 4 over 40. Okay, this is what I want to highlight, okay? So remember, you don't write twice. You just only write once, okay? If you get more than 40, meaning you made some mistake. How do you know you made a mistake? When you add up, you get more than the NS, right? That's how you detect, right? Okay, so eventually you will get, simplify, 28 over 40, you get 7 over 10. Okay? So that is for all. Now the second question is N. Usually N is much simple, all right? Because you understand N means they are same, okay? So can I move on to your next question? Can I move on? Jiaying, can I move on?
Yes.
Okay. So your next question, the rest are the same. You see, my NS is 40. And then now here, I would like to highlight it is N, brown eyes. Okay, let's see. All right, Jiaying, since I called you just now. So can you tell, what is N? Do you combine or is same?
Same.
All right, you get the same elements. Okay, so for here, it means the same datum. All right, so Jiaying, can you tell me how many
16.
students? Ah, yes, it's only 16. Okay, so why is 16? Because it is below 160 and it is brown eye. So there's only 16 students. So calculate your probability. So it should be 16 over 40 and simplify it. You get 2 over 5. Okay? Can? Okay, so which type of question do the section A always come out? Usually is the first example, all right, because they want you to write more, to help out students also. So you write down more of your outcomes, all right, you get 3 marks like that. Very seldom is this second example, but you have to know because sometimes it might come out, all right, for your section A. Okay, I think that's it for the PowerPoint. All right, so have you all finished copying or understanding it? Is Satish here today? Satish? Oh, ada Satish. Huh? Satish, finish already? Everything, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
done already.